Chosen ones, the world thinks it knows you, but they don't know who you really are. You are not the old you. The one who is gone is not the one who is coming back. This change is more profound than anyone can imagine. Those who have been watching you for years, perhaps those who have categorized and ignored you, have not realized what is going on behind the scenes. But you know, the authority you have assumed, the presence you command, the vision you have laid out can no longer be hidden. This has never been done before. You are about to unleash something that the world is not ready for. Not only will they be surprised, but they will be speechless. Prepare yourself that the foundations of everything and everyone around you are about to be shaken by your reemergence. If you are ready to rise from the ashes, claim your God-approved love, and take the next step, press the like and subscribe buttons below and leave a 77 in the comments. Now, chosen one, let's move on. Now look in the mirror. Is that face familiar? Because the change is clear, indisputable, and irreversible. Your eyes are alive again, glowing with a fire that was once extinguished. I am sure you feel it. It's as if someone has pounded the defibrillator pedals on your chest and shouted, "Clear!" Chosen ones, heed this call. Feel your pulse quicken, because that energy in your veins is a sign of not just a change, but an awakening. This is the time to be a light to the world, to raise the vibration and shine as bright as the stars in the sky. You can no longer fit into the old molds, because you are bringing the new. You are receiving a complete spiritual, emotional, and physical resuscitation. This excitement you are experiencing is not momentary or temporary. Something that has always been yours, but has been dormant, waiting for this very moment to awaken, is coming back. You are remembering your identity again, because this is not any version of you. This is the real you, the whole you, the you without boundaries. You feel more like yourself than you have ever felt before. How much time has passed? Years, decades, months? It doesn't make any difference. The waiting is over. Everything is ready. The world is not ready for what is about to happen, and you are ready to take control. They believed you were finished. They believed you were finished. They did not realize that this is just the beginning. This rejuvenation is precisely timed. It is not random or unintentional. There is no mistake in the universe. Your awakening is happening at the perfect moment. Take a step into God's healing power today. To support our channel, click the Super Thank button on YouTube and make a donation of $50. Feel the energy returning to your soul. Feel the vitality of your soul returning. To be truly alive is to do this. This is the experience of being reborn while you are still alive. Do you think it was a coincidence? Did you think that your journey to this point, to these words, was just a coincidence? There are no coincidences or accidents in this universe, only divinely orchestrated events. Before your parents met, before the stars aligned to create this reality, and before you breathed, you were chosen to connect yourself to divine intervention and receive the gifts of clarity, courage, and unconditional love. Write 88 in the comments section if you feel the weight of this message in your soul. Chosen for a unique opportunity. No mission is the same as yours. You have a unique calling. Your purpose is not ordinary. You are here to protect the worlds, not only the tangible ones that we all see, but also the invisible ones that reside in people's hearts and thoughts. All those days when you felt lost were actually days of preparation. What did not belong to your soul was washed away with every tear you shed. Every sleepless night your mind was racing as your soul was being rebuilt. Now you are regaining your energy. Experience what it is really like to be chosen. You are not alone on this journey. If you believe in your heart that you have been chosen, you are in the perfect spot. By choosing to join, you can further your relationship with us, access exclusive information, and get the help you need on your spiritual journey. It's not just about joining a group. It's about gaining access to special insights that can change your life and help you get closer to your divine purpose. Make your decision now and join us on this journey. Claim your right to be one of the chosen ones. Sign up today. It is not possible to ignore the power you have. Although you will also feel the power of youth, you remember the power that permeates your whole being. This has to do with timeless knowledge and boundless vitality. You are learning how to keep your soul healthy, how to keep that eternal flame bright, and how to stay spiritually young every day. Because you have been chosen, this conference is just for you, and not for the general public. From the beginning, there have been signs that you are not average, and never have been average, such as repeating numbers, synchronicities, and dreams that are too real to be dreams. From the moment your soul chose this ship, you were destined for greatness. The heavens are aware of your name. Your vibration is recognized by the spiritual realms. You have been chosen because even the darkest darkness can be pierced by your brilliance. Your voice has the power to overcome even the strongest obstacles. That is why you have been chosen. You have been chosen because of your heart's ability to make even the most wounded souls whole. This endeavor requires someone exceptional, someone tough, and someone who can bend without breaking. You are that person. It was and always has been. The pain is over. The hardships have been worth it. It is time for you to come out of your long sleep in that spiritual winter. Do you remember how bleak it was? How cold it was? How lonely you felt? This was your chrysalis, your cocoon, the darkness you needed to emerge. Every prophet, visionary, world changer, and master has gone through the dark night of the soul. Yours had just ended. Right in front of you lies the finish line. Do you see it? It is shimmering and vibrating with potential. This breakthrough is not coming. It is already happening right now. You are going through the deepest shift in your awareness and the greatest purification your soul has ever experienced. The poisons are leaving. The weights are letting go. The shackles are breaking. You are being released, not in an instantaneous, conditional, permanent, complete, or irreversible way. This is the end of one chapter and the beginning of others. 3, 2, 1. Breakthrough. The final countdown to your final liberation. The purpose of the darkness was not to harm you, but to reveal aspects of you that the light could not perceive. They were teaching you how to create hope out of nothing in those moments when you could find no hope. In those moments when you felt abandoned by everyone and everything, you were shown the limitless power within you. During this time, your prayers seemed to go unanswered because they were being gathered, combined, multiplied, and prepared to appear out of nowhere. You have endured the darkest night of your soul. You have not only survived it, you have overcome it. Enter 99 right now to awaken your energies and discover the secrets of your soul. Now observe how the dawn begins within you and then spreads to everything you come in contact with. You have succeeded. You succeeded despite all the difficulties, despite all the pain, despite all the times when you wanted to give up. But something inside you kept you going. Now you are ascending. You are not just going back to your old self. You are becoming a stronger, wiser, more powerful version of yourself that you were always meant to be. They will write about this return because it is mythical, iconic, and not just any return. Your perseverance is celebrated by the cosmos itself. The universe is cheering you for your perseverance. Do you feel this energy? It is magnetic, electric, and unstoppable. Doesn't it feel like ecstasy? Like the best high you've ever had, but real, earned, and neither artificial nor temporary. Pay close attention. Can you hear this sound? It is the trumpet announcing your return, the divine herald proclaiming your emergence. The stage is set. The spotlight is on you. This is your comeback season. Not a moment, not a day, but a whole season dedicated to your triumphant return, and it is just beginning. History remembers comebacks more than first peaks. The phoenix is honored more for its resurrection from the ashes than for its birth. You rose from what was supposed to kill you, and today you are that phoenix. Those who believed they had extinguished your light were blinded by your light. Those who believed they had drowned out your voice were deafened. For those who believe they have diminished your light, your presence is overwhelming. Your return is not just about reclaiming your space. It is about expanding it. Building a kingdom is more important than reclaiming your crown. Every challenge you overcame served as a springboard. Every rejection you have overcome has served as a redirection. All your setbacks served as fuel for your triumphant return. The world will never be the same after your return season, your coronation, restoration, and renaissance. And now, let us take a moment to salute those who were never meant to fit in, for they were born to stand out. Here's to the chosen ones, the silent forces, the watchers in the darkness, those who are always aware, those who are always one step ahead, those who act differently, those who think beyond, those who see what others refuse to accept. They create their own path. They do not choose the easy way. They fight invisible forces, shatter illusions, and change the course of history. Few dare to walk this path, and that is exactly why they do it. Do you remember when they ignored you? Do you remember when they belittled you? Do you remember when they labeled you as just someone else, not enough, or too much? Back then, you were an outcast, someone who didn't quite fit in, someone who was trying to fit into a round hole. You were the late bloomer, the one they said could never be anything because your timing didn't match their expectations. You always put other people before yourself and dimmed your shine so as not to be overshadowed by others. You were a people pleaser, but not anymore. Today you are moving into your true power, shedding your previous identities like a snake sheds its skin. Before their very eyes, you are changing shape, becoming a force to be reckoned with, a presence that cannot be ignored. You are not alone in this rebellion. You are part of an elite team, a divine special operations force sent at this particular moment for this particular mission. You are a divine warrior with a mission so important, so vital to the advancement of awareness that you have been endowed with superhuman endurance. The oppressed are rising and you are leading the charge. They failed to anticipate you. They were unprepared for your resurrection. The people who rejected you will see what happens when purpose and potential come together. The people who rejected you are about to see what happens when destiny finds its vehicle. In the crucible of your metamorphosis, the labels they have attached to you are disappearing. The phrase, "not smart enough," melts away as your insight emerges. As your power awakens, the phrase, "not strong enough," disappears. As your divine essence emerges, the phrase, "not worthy enough," disappears. This is your vindication on a cosmic level, not just your vindication. Retaliation is not the energy of the underdog. Rather, it is about facing who you have always been behind walls, behind masks, and under the pressure of other people's expectations. You are becoming who you really are, and that's a wonderful thing. You are not becoming someone else. Take time to reflect on your life. See those moments when you had a close call. When disaster seemed certain, but somehow you managed to come out unscathed. This was not a fluke. It was not an accident. It was your spiritual protectors stepping in, your celestial team stepping in, and your divine protectors making sure that you fulfill your destiny. They changed your course every time you took a step in the direction of danger. They illuminated your path every time the darkness tried to overtake you. Every time you felt alone, they surrounded you with impregnable but invisible armor. Beyond your comprehension, you have always been protected, guided, and cherished. Think of the careless choices you made when you were young, the situations in which you should have been harmed or worse. Think of times when you have lost yourself, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. And yet you are still alive, breathing, and thriving. Your mission is too important to be constantly diverted. You need to make too great an impact to be silenced before you can get your point across. For you, divine protection is not just a theory, it is the story of your life. Do you remember that car accident when you were unharmed? Do you remember that illness that should have been more severe but strangely disappeared? Do you remember that dangerous situation that you managed to avoid while others were less fortunate? It was not a random act. You were not just taking advantage of favorable numbers. God intervened. Divine protection. That's what it was. That was heavenly protection. Before you came to this world, your soul made agreements with beings whose sole purpose was to make your work successful. They have been with you since your first breath. They will be with you until the end. Sometimes you have felt them. When you should have been afraid, for some reason you felt protected. This feeling was not imagined. It was real. The people who protect you have never left you, never will, and never will. Do you feel that they are bringing to life the talents that have been dormant within you? They are waking up these days and they want to be heard. Your sense of intuition is developing. You are seeing more. You are getting closer to the invisible. You are becoming the person you were always destined to be. A teacher of truths too deep for everyday language. A messenger bringing news from beyond the veil. A leader guiding with light instead of force. You take these first steps carefully, testing your balance and trying to figure out how to keep your feet on the ground, like a child starting to walk for the first time. Even if you sometimes make mistakes and fall, you always have support, and you are never alone on this journey. Your soul team keeps an eye on you to make sure you don't fall too hard, and that every tumble teaches you something without breaking you. Stepping into purpose looks like this: a slow, steady awakening rather than a big leap. And you are doing it in a wonderful, imperfect, and glorious way. For you, the barrier between worlds is getting thinner and thinner. The line between the visible and the invisible becomes more fragile. You are now receiving information through meditation, dreams, and the quiet times between ideas. Your soul speaks with ancient knowledge. You download cosmic wisdom into your mind. Your human experience is blending with divine understanding. You are becoming a conduit, a bridge, a channel for something much bigger than yourself. This is not ego, but purpose. These are awakenings, not delusions. This is a deeper service to humanity, not a detachment from it. These donations are divine missions rather than haphazard skills. To be able to experience what other people go through requires not only empathy, but spiritual insight. It is not just effective communication. It is channeled knowledge that has the ability to convey exactly what someone needs to hear. Not only is it creative, but it is a supernatural perspective to be able to see solutions when others only see problems. Your mission is aided by every talent you have. All your skills are weapons in your spiritual toolbox. And now you are learning how to use them with divine power, purpose, and accuracy. The wheels of training are falling off. The apprenticeship is coming to an end. The preparatory phase is over. You are now entering a new level of mastery, spiritual maturity, and fulfillment of your calling. Not with arrogance, but with humble confidence. Not with ego, but with self-awareness. You were created for this purpose, and every setback, victory, and change has prepared you for it. And when you fully embrace this goal, see how doors begin to open. See how the right people appear. Observe how the resources align, because when you follow your calling, the world works in your favor. Isn't everything starting to come together now? The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together to form a clear picture. You begin to appreciate how carefully you have always been guided, how tenderly supported and divinely protected. The trials that at first seemed harsh and arbitrary were in fact initiations, preparations, and essential forges that hardened your soul for this special time. Your soul would be uplifted by the connection that replaced the one that broke your heart. You were being guided by the work you had lost to the task you really needed to undertake. In reality, the illness that had brought you to your knees was leading you to a place of surrender, where you could finally feel the flow of pure power. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Everything was leading you towards this realization, towards this change, and towards your reunion with that carefree enthusiasm for life, that naive awe, and that boundless energy that connects to the infinite and knows no boundaries. As you walk into the depth of who you are today, into unlimited potential, into unending opportunities, you feel like you are returning home. Each part of your journey has divine fingerprints that you can trace back in time. Everything is perfectly planned, including the chance encounters that change your life, the books that arrive just in time, and the nightmares that reveal truths your waking mind is not ready to hear. Every tear shed had a reason. All prayers were heard. There was never a moment of meaningless suffering. You were being prepared, polished, and molded. The purpose of the fire was to cleanse you, not to destroy you. The purpose of oppression was to turn you into a diamond like coal, not to shatter you. The purpose of darkness was to teach you how to be your own light, not to defeat you. Now you can look back and see the beauty of it all, the divine brilliance behind what looks like chaos, the divine purpose behind what looks like suffering, and the divine plan behind what looks like randomness. You are standing at the door of your greatest being. This realization is not just cerebral. It is visceral, cellular, and profound. And it is fundamentally changing the way you move forward. This is it. Now is your time. Every tear, heartache, and depressing situation has been preparing you for this moment. You are ascending, rising, and transcending. You are not just coming back. This is your chance to shine so brightly that you illuminate not only your own path, but also the paths of countless others who are still trying to find their way. You are the epitome of inspiration. The darkest hours really do come just before dawn, and you are living proof of that. You are proof that the very things that try to bring you down can actually make you stronger. Your ascension will now be seen by all who question you. Now, every barrier that tries to stop you will serve as your launching pad. Now, every scar that tries to define you will become information that you can pass on. With you at its center, this is a worldwide renaissance rather than just a spinning tour. You are the spark that ignites this global restoration. You are the standard for this global readjustment. So, breathe deeply, lift your chin, square your shoulders, and move forward into the light. The whole world is waiting for your arrival and your emergence. People who are still fighting in the shadows must realize what is possible. In the flesh, they must see the metamorphosis. Now, you are that living proof, that witness, that testimony. Your whole being becomes a proclamation. Loss is not the end of the tale. Darkness does not prevail, and suffering does not have the last word. This comeback is not only for you, but for all those who will be motivated by your story, who will find courage in your triumph and hope in your perseverance. You are holding the torch not only for yourself, but for all those who will come after you. This is your divine mission, your legacy, and it is just beginning. Now, as you breathe in this new awareness, the first chapter of your story of liberation is being written in real time. Your metamorphosis will have an impact on places you will never see. Generations you will never meet will be affected by your return. For when one awakens, many follow. When one rises, others rise. When one overcomes, the barriers for others weaken. They said, "You cannot do it." "You can't succeed," they said. "You are finished," they said. Now look at yourself, embracing your purpose, shining your light and standing in your strength. Your fuel now comes from the skeptics. Your motivation now comes from the skeptics. Your victory song now has critics in the background chorus. Do you remember a time when you could see no way forward and the path seemed completely blocked. Now, you are opening paths that never existed before. Do you remember a time when your strength waned, your confidence waned, or your voice trembled? Now you have a voice so strong that the sky itself is listening to you. Future generations will hear this story of resurrection. In times of despair, it will be hummed to remind them that darkness always gives way to light. Your name will represent perseverance, success, and the magical power of spiritual enlightenment. The energy you radiate changes the frequency of everything around you, raising vibrations, transforming negativity into possibility. You transform pain into power. You turn wounds into knowledge. You are turning setbacks into preparations for the greatest comeback ever witnessed. So, rise without hesitation. Shine without hesitation. Rise without restriction. Because OMG, who are you? This is not a normal comeback. You will shock the world. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with people who need to hear it if it speaks to you. Tell us about your experience and how you are preparing for your own triumphant comeback in the comments section below. Don't stop there. Watch our next video for insightful information on the signs that you are the one. We have loved accompanying you on this spiritual journey, and thank you for being with us all along the way. Keep shining brightly and bravely, facing your destiny. See you all later.